Hey guys, it's me, Crazy Honda Chris at Randy Kill Honda in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Congratulations on your brand new Honda HR-V EXL. In this video, I'll show you guys how to customize all of your vehicle settings, and when you drive off the lot, you are set for success. All you have to do is show it off to your friends and family. How cool is that? First step is make sure the vehicle's on and running. Second step, make sure the vehicle is in park. It has to be in park. If you're not in park, you cannot access the vehicle settings, okay? Now let's talk about the controls. Over here on the left hand side of the wheel, you get a little wheel action. This will allow you to scroll up and down throughout the menu. Now to select items throughout the menu, you just push in the wheel. Bang, done, okay? So first step, let's make sure you find vehicle settings. Select it, scroll down. Now we're gonna have tire pressure calibration. So if your tire pressure light ever comes on, you go out there, you double check it, it looks good, or make those adjustments, you need to reset it. You select this and then hit calibrate. Now we're gonna go down to the next group. A little side note to help you guys navigate from here on, as you notice we have groups on your first menu option with one arrow in. Once you select a group, it gives you a menu option. Now once you select the menu option, it's going to give you a setup. See, now it's 3 arrows in. So once you select the option or the setup you want, it automatically backs you out to the next point. So now we're 2 arrows in to 3. I know your first instinct is to hit the back button again. Now that's like backing out twice. So hopefully that helps you guys out and makes some sense. Now we have driver's assist system setup. This is where you can go to customize all of your Honda sensing features. You want all the beeps, none of the beeps, stuff like that. First one could be a forward collision warning distance. So as you're driving down the road, as soon as you're gonna hit a car in front of you, it's gonna give you a visual to brake. Then it's gonna give you audible. If you don't act fast enough, then it's gonna try to stop you or reduce your speed before impact. At what distance do you want it to warn you? I'm gonna keep it on normal. Next one's going to be ACC for Adaptive Cruise Control Forward Vehicle Detection Beep. So this is simply anytime a car gets in and out of range of your adaptive cruise control, you want to beep, 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 slowing you down because the car got in range. Car gets out of range, beep, 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 speeds you up. On or off. That's a great thing to have. If I'm up here talking to someone, not paying attention, all of a sudden I feel the car is slowing down or speeding up. All right, next one's going to be a road departure. So let's imagine you're driving down the road. You grab your lane a little bit off the road. You can change the sensitivity of it, bringing you back, putting you back in the center, or have it just to warn you. Then it's up to you. Okay. So first options, you can choose the sensitivity between those 3, or maybe you want to have it off, and it's up to you to bring the car back. That's warning only. Warning only will not move the wheel or help put you in the center of your lane or back on the road. Now, next option is going to be your lane keep assist, suspense beep. So let's imagine you're driving down the road once again. You grab the lane a little bit, beep, 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 as it brings you back and puts you in the center of your lane. Next one's going to be a blind spot information system. So you got a couple options right here. You can do an audible and a visual, or you can just do a visual. So as you're driving down the city or highway speeds, you got the nice little indicator right there on the side mirror, as you can see. So when a car's in your blind spot, that's going to be a nice solid orange light. Then when you have your turning indicator on while somebody's in a blind spot, it's going to flash. Okay, so those are the visual difference. Now let's say you got your turning indicator on while someone's in your blind spot. That's when it's going to beep at you. It will not beep every time when someone's in your blind spot. The turning indicator has to be on while someone's in your blind spot while you go in the appropriate speeds between city and highway. So there we go. If you want to see that in action, I have an old video out there that can help you guys out. Same concept, okay? Next one's going to be traffic sign recognition. Pretty much finds a traffic sign speed limit out there as you're driving down the road. Back camera right up here does it, the front facing camera. Let's say you find a speed limit, go past one that says 35, bang, those right up there, it says 35. I like that, especially when I go to new places, new environment. You always don't catch them. Help me out. Next one, you can set the, right here, traffic sign, system exceeding speed limit. So do you want it to warn you when you're speeding? Yes or no? I know you guys want to turn this off, but let's say if you do for some reason to turn it on. When you're speeding, that little speed limit sign will flash to give you, try to catch your attention. But the next option, you can set the threshold on that. Do you want it to warn you at speed limit, 3, 5, or 10 above the speed limit? I won't tell if you don't tell. Now we'll go down to the next one. Driver's attention monitoring. I'm assuming safety is important to you guys. If so, you probably would turn this on. The car knows the difference between the wind blowing you around or you're doing a real bad job at driving. If you're doing a real bad job at driving, the car is going to alert you. Okay? And it's going to pretty much tell you to pull over and take a break. So that's pretty nice. It's going to do everything in its power to let you know. Next one's going to be rear sensors. So do you want those simply on or off? So if you turn these off, your low speed braking and then your parking sensors will be disabled. I'll keep them on. Now that's everything under that point. Now we're going to go down to meter setup. You can select the language that you want. Outside temperature display. So right now you can see it's 70 degrees. You can fine tune that bad boy within a 5 degrees swing. Got your trip right here, trip A. You can choose when it resets, when you fully refuel, when you turn off the vehicle, or just whenever you do it. I have a walk around video out there. It's going to show you guys how to do that too as well. Trip B is the same thing. Outside alarm volume. This is like your turning indicators, your buzzers, your warnings, low fuel tank, stuff like that. Doors left open for your warnings. How loud or quiet would you like those bad boys to be? Now we're going to go down to fuel efficiency backlight. It's a simple on or off. This is your visual coach. As you're driving down the road, if it's on, you'll see a nice little green bar. It's up there saying, good job, you're being fuel efficient. Keep leveling up. Now, if you have it off, you just don't get that visual coach. You have no way knowing if you're doing a good job at all or not. Now, we're going to go down to rear seat reminder. This is simply just have a nice little reminder when you shop the vehicle to check your rear seat. Within 2 conditions. Let's say the car's on and running, someone opens up the back door and I turned it off, boom, it's going to have a display up there, hey, check rear seat. Now let's imagine someone opens up one of these back doors within about 10 minutes before I turn on the vehicle. Then I turn off the vehicle, it's going to say, hey, double check your rear seat. Okay, so there we go. Speed and distance. You can go from miles to kilometers. We'll keep it on miles. Next one's going to be tachometer. Simply on or off. If you keep it on, you will always have a display between 0 to whatever for your RPMs throughout the menu when you have those selected. Okay? So, this is what I'm talking about. No matter what you have selected, warnings, it's up there all given time. Maybe you don't like that, maybe you want to clean it up. That's where you're going to go to turn that off, and then it's gone. I believe that was everything under meter setup. Yep, it sure was. Now we're going to go down to keyless access setup. You're going to have door unlock mode. So this is where you have the key fob in your purse, pocket, jacket. You walk up, put your hand in the handle, right? Do you want only the driver's side door to unlock, or do you want all doors to unlock? Keyless access light flash. Now as you put your hand in the handle, there's going to be the little delay before the lights I'm sorry, for the doors to unlock. So to help you guys, so you're not yanking the lock door handle, you want the lights to flash. Hand in the handle, second delay, door unlock, lights flash. I like that. But now I can see my son. Oh, he loves yanking the lock door handles. It's like a hobby of his. I can see him doing it with his eyes closed, just for the heck of it, because he's a pro, right? So hand in the handle, lights flash, because door's unlocked. Didn't see it, Dad. Well, let's give him a little audible sound. Beep, beep. There we go. Door's unlocked. Hop right in, buddy. Remote start. You want to keep that available at all given time? Yeah, I like it. Let's keep it available. We live right here in Iowa. That's that. Now we're going to scroll down to lighting setup. Auto high beams. You want those bad boys on or off? Now the auto high beams will only work when the lights are set to auto. So you have anything else besides auto, it would not automatically come on. Okay. Interior light dimming time. So this is when you arrive to wherever you're going, you turn off the vehicle, you shut the door, the timer starts from that point when the interior lights will automatically turn off. All right, so you got headlight auto off timer. Once again, the lights are set to auto. You turn off the car, you shut the door, bang, timer starts. Right away, 15, 30, or 60 seconds. I can see someone changing this if they get to work or home late at night. It's not a well-lit area. Just need a little more time to see from that point, okay? Auto light sensitivity. So when you have the headlights set to auto, this is the sensitivity between day and nighttime levels. How soon or late do you want your lights to come on or off between those two levels? How sensitive? I'll keep it on medium. All right, auto headlights on with wiper on. So what that means, the headlights are set to auto, right? And then it's starting to rain. So I turn on my wipers. As soon as you turn on your wipers, when these are set to auto, your headlights, boom, headlights will automatically come on. So let's imagine it rains right now during the daytime. Perfect. I don't have to worry about turning those on. Even at night, just keep it on auto. Just helps people see on the road a little more to let them know the car's on and it's running. You're moving around. All right, so that's everything underneath that. Door setup. You get your door, you got auto door lock. So you just got in the vehicle, you better drive off, go visit friends and family. When do you want your doors to lock? With speed? As soon as you shift from park, or have it off? No wrong or right answer here. Choose whatever works best for your lifestyle. Now we have your auto door unlock, just the opposite. All doors, when driver opens up door, bang, all the doors unlocked. Maybe when you shift to park, all the doors unlocked, or have it off. Or you can have it when you turn out the vehicle, boom, all the doors automatically unlock. Walkaway auto lock feature. Let's turn this on. I love it because I never want to second guess this. So let's imagine you got the key fob with you, you turn off the car, you shut the door, you walk away, you get in somewhere you're going, and you're like, oh, did I lock my doors or not? This feature is going to help you with that. So no key left in the car, you shut the door, car's off, you get about 5-10 feet away, boom, it automatically locks the doors. So you never have to second guess yourself. Did I lock my car door or not? Heck yeah, let's turn this on. Keyless lock answer back. I'm assuming you probably want the car to alert you when it's all locked up, stuff like that, right? A little sound effects, a little talk back action. You have keyless remote power window control. So let's find the key fob here. So you guys probably noticed in my tips and trick video, those hot summer days, I show you how to roll down the windows to let it air out without turning on the vehicle. All you have to do is double tap and hold down the unlock button. All right, it takes a few seconds. The longer you hold it down, the further down the windows will go. But the problem is some people may have some massive thumbs or not aware about this and double tap and hold for just a little too long. And then the windows crack down just a wee bit, enough to allow rain, snow, I don't know, giant bugs that you gotta fight off, stuff like that. And you don't wanna deal with that mess because you're afraid of that accident, right? Well, you can turn it off right here. Now, since you're aware of the feature and you don't think you're gonna do that, I would encourage you guys to play around with that, have it on, play around with it, and come back and choose, okay? Lockout prevention. So when the car cannot sense where the key fob is at, maybe because it's in a giant purse, maybe in your pocket with your phone. Sometimes it blocks the radio waves, right? When you shut the door, the car makes a funny noise. It's because it's doing the lockout prevention. It doesn't know where the key fob's at. And it's saying, hey, come back and double check. So you cannot accidentally lock your keys in the car. Lock preset. This is great. So let's imagine I got the whole family with me, right? I get out of the car. Lucy's over here, my middle-aged daughter. She's playing around. She's always the last one out, potentially, okay? I shut my door. All the yellow doors are shut. She still has hers open while she's grabbing stuff from who knows what because things fell out of a book bag. When I walk away, I can hit lock, preset it. So as soon as she shuts her door, boom, all the doors automatically lock. So yeah, preset lock. After the driver door is shut, presets it, all doors are shut, locks. Just like that. Can't do that with my 2011 Honda Accord. I gotta wait till all the doors are shut to hit the lock button. Maintenance. There we go. I have a maintenance video out there. It's going to show you what codes A, B, 1 through 7 mean. Help you guys out. So the car is going to tell you based on your driving habits, fail-safe codes. Check that out. That's where you go to reset things as you see fit. All right, there it is, guys. Congratulations on a brand new Honda HR-V EXL. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.